All right, so we here today with King Crawley on the what you call this show now? You done changed it so many
Let's
times.
talk about it.
Oh, let's talk.
Crawley Network.
Oh, let's talk about it. King Crawley Network. Let's talk about it has brought about a lot of different peculiar. Some people call peculiar questions or things of that. Is really hitting the fan base in a different way. So, but we wanted to bring a story, a true life story that may be inspirational to some and need to be heard by all. We here with Dymeka Johnson. Dymeka, she's become a little big sister to me in some ways. She's kind of hard headed. Nah, she's sweet. But when it was like when she told me some of her story, I keep even right now I keep hearing that better right part when it said, you know what I'm saying? It's a story, but people need to hear about it, Betty. You know, so it was like people need to hear about it, Dymeka, what you went through. So what we want to do, what I want you to do is, what they say on the song, Go Back.
Okay.
You know, tell us how we got. So what some people may not know that Dymeka has been in a wheelchair for what?
Since 2012.
Since 2012, she's been in a wheelchair. She started working out with Strong Temple with me about a month ago now. She been wanting to work out. She been wanting to make a difference in her own life. Depression, things of that nature got to her. But she used to always hear about Strong Temple, that he's hard and he's mean and he gonna make you work hard. And so when she came to me, she drove up one day with her mother in the car, and she's like, "I'm coming in there." And I said, "Okay, when you ready, you come." The next week she showed up. She showed up and she told me something. She said that my left side, the doctors told me because I have severe nerve damage that from my knee, my left knee down to my foot, I have no feeling. I don't feel anything. A lot of things that she's not been able to do independently. She's had to wait for somebody to come pick her up out of chairs and walk her to the bathroom. She's had a few times when she's fallen. So with all that was going on, she wanted to make a difference. And what Strong Temple has enabled, the job that I've been ordained, what some may say to do, is do what Strong Temple do. We help people. So I told her at the beginning, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. I'm going to give you what you give me back. And from that moment on, we started out with 30 minutes. We was doing 30 minutes because at the same time, she's still 30 minutes twice a week, and she does dialysis Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I didn't want to drain her on them days. But now I think she want to come more than that because she'd be excited. But we pumped it up since her birthday and Thanksgiving. We pumped it up to like she's getting caught up in an hour. I've been tricking her. So, but now one of the things that she's told me is that her leg is burning. So that's just a little bit of what I know. So we're gonna go back. And what happened?
April 13th, I had a heart attack. Don't remember quite much from what my mother and everybody told me because after the heart attack, I was in a coma. I woke up with a machine in me, keeping me alive. Could not move from then. But doctors think from the transplanters from when I had Hodgkin's lymphoma when I was 21. After I had Michaela, I had a lump on my side of my neck. Did not go down. They thought it was just from thyroids being swollen due to pregnancy. After that, they did a biopsy and it was Hodgkin's lymphoma. From there, I had chemo, radiation, did all the treatments. Mom taking me every day to MCV for treatment. We did that like 2 months.
That's an hour drive. Hour and...
For 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes?
For radiation.
Wow. Yeah.
First started the top part of my body, 30 days every day. Lower part, 30 days every day.
So let's
Sundays.
Pause for 1 second. Let's go back to who Dymeka was before that. Who was Dymeka? Because from what I heard, you was fun. It was fun to go to Dymeka house. It was, you know.
Well, I guess so. I got 2 boys. They older, and I have Michaela. Yeah. But all the boys friends like me, so But the boys really has stuck by me since I've been sick. You know, when my mom, I had my own home and everything with the kids, but I was in the hospital 9 months after the transplant. So when I got out, my mom already moved my kids in with her, because Michaela was still in school. She was a teenager. So she kind of let the boys stay there, but she took Michaela in because she's a girl, and you know, they look after her, make sure they ate and everything. Because at that time, I was in a coma. I didn't know anything what was going on.
So you said you was on the machine first. You was on the machine.
I got released with this machine.
So tell us about the machine. The machine. It was
a machine. They had it inserted in my right here on my side. It went up to my heart. That was to help my heart get stronger, to be able to have a transplant. I kept that for 18 months. Okay. Went in, had a transplant February 3rd. Got out of the hospital November 30th. Oh my
Let's
birthday.
go, before you go past the transplant, that part right there. So you was on the list for how long waiting for a donor?
I was on the list 18 months.
Waiting for
But I really was not on the list. I just had the machine. No. I got to the top of the list and like the machine caught an infection in it.
Oh, the machine caught an infection. So what
I caught an infection from the wiring. Okay. It was attached to my skin, and it started like draining. Okay. When I went in the hospital, they admitted me then, and I stayed in there like 2 days, and my name went to the top of the transplant list.
That's basically because it was probably their fault. They felt like, you think, or
no?
It was God at the end of the day. Yeah.
The machine just they was worried about it not functioning like I needed to anymore. So that's why I went to the top of the list. That night, the next morning I had a heart transplant. So, it was like 18 hours long.
Ooh, 18 hours
Yeah,
long.
and I did say, shout out to Fairground. When I had it, the lady I woke up, everybody was in the hospital. I could kind of hear people talking. You know, I was in the machine, everybody was coming in. I could hear them crying, but I couldn't say anything. Okay. I could hear people talking. My mom, like, everybody. I think I had all the girls, the guys, and it was like, you got the most people ever for a transplant.
One of the things that I question all the time, me being human, is about the status of a coma. So you don't remember anything from your coma?
No, I could remember hearing voices sometime, but as far as that, I couldn't. I remember one time, I know my son was just, my oldest son, Sean, I could remember just hearing him crying at the end of the bed. My mom and them said, I just reached up and rubbed his face. But I was still in the coma. I still didn't remember that. I could remember hearing voices sometimes, people asking questions. But at that point, I went into the coma because at the transplant, right before my mom said they shut me up, I had a heart attack with a new heart.
With the new heart?
Before they actually stitched me up and everything, I had a heart attack. That's what really shut my body completely down.
So at first your body was rejecting this new organism in it per se, or?
No, I don't think it was really rejecting. It was just, I guess, with so much trauma, the transplant.
From where it came from, because you got your heart from a donor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
from my understanding, it was a female had a car accident that night from Atlanta.
Oh wow.
And they shipped the heart to me, and I got her heart that night.
All right. So you got this new heart. You're in the bed. You know, you cut open.
I ain't know none of that. I woke up months later. Could not walk, could not talk, could not move, nothing.
What did that do for you mentally? Like, okay, so waking up, so here it is. Like you said, who did your hair before you went in the coma?
Missy. I was at her shop that day. In there sick, throwing up.
So Missy did your hair. So you wake up and...
No, actually I got admitted too. After I got back, I was just sick, throwing up. Okay. So I went to the hospital here because they admitted me for my sugar being too high. Because I was diabetic, so they admitted me for that. Through the night, my mom said she got a phone call like 3 o'clock. I had a heart attack. They sent me to Petersburg. I guess they did a surgery to try to do some unblockages, but it was too severe, so they sent me to MCV. Okay. And that night, I guess I got the machine and all of that. Well, my mom said through the surgery, they stopped the surgery. She had to come up, sign papers. I actually died, and they stopped the surgery. She had to make a decision between 3 different machines, for me to go on. So she chose the airbag. And that's what saved my life.
So like that's one of, like, even when you told me the story, bits and pieces, I always question, like, you know what I'm saying? And they say not to question the universe or God, but like when you said like they run this paperwork to your mother and making her sign it, or like in the status that we don't know, we can't say per se, but if they did something wrong and they tried to hurry up and like sign this paper.
Yeah, they wouldn't go no further. She had to make a decision, so.
But that would have been like a malpractice suit to me or something. But I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer right yet. But yeah, so okay, you wake up, you can't move.
No, and my mom let them strap me to the bed. I woke up strapped to the bed for one reason. She said I had a breathing machine in my throat, and I kept pulling it out.
So you was mean. You was mean.
I guess so, but she said, to save a life, strap her. So I woke up, I was confused, didn't know I was, but I had a nurse that stayed in the room with me for 24 hours. I had
Do you
so
see a
many
lot
machines.
of, you see a lot of the people, nurses or doctors or things that...
I mean, I had so many machines, and the lady just sat there. I couldn't talk, couldn't move, just could just look and see. I had some people came by and visited. Shantisha Price, she came, her and her husband. She came, prayed on me, but I couldn't do nothing but just look at her. I couldn't talk but nothing then. Yeah, and my kidneys had shut down then, but like 3 months later, that was from the machine. They picked back up, but from the transplant, it was such a shock. They didn't function again after that. So,
so now your mother takes you home, or
no, my mom couldn't take me home. When I did get released from home, it was because they said I was getting depressed. I had been in MCV 9 months, and I was just missing everything. So they sent me home, still chest open, because my body was not healing. Had doctors come in every other day, scrape all the dead skin off, put layers of honeydew, so many different things. This particular guy, he was the wound care doctor. I had machines in the floor drawing blood from the transplant, blood everywhere. I was really swole, like 300 pounds. I woke up looking like the Nutty Professor. I was really swole, everything. What I was due to, I was also on the kidney machine run 24 hours a day, just trying to get the fluid off me. But I've been blessed.
Yeah. All right. So you get home. Your life has just took
I actually came home with Lifestar. Yeah, shout out to Lifestar. They've been taking me ever since I came home. Came home on a stretcher. My kids, they used to took me with a sheet. I had to turn to the side. They put a sheet on me, turn to the other side, and then they would lift me. Oh, I did come home one day, 4th of July, my first day from the hospital. They sent me home. Started dialysis that morning. All night that night, I was like, I think I'm going to die tonight. I think I'm going to die tonight. So they kept turning me, moving me different places. I slept in one bed. They moved me to the couch. I moved to the other. Come to find out. Went to dialysis that morning, my first day ever at dialysis. And blood pressure dropped so low. They flew me back to MCV that day.
You began
That's why I got
frequent flying.
That's how I got trached here. They wound up traching me on the top of the hospital. I didn't even make it to the OR.
Oh, wow.
And I got a lot of these scars. It's from tubes that was in my neck. But it was
and how old was you at the time?
I was 34.
34. And now you just had a birthday. So.
Yep. Been 8 years. And I always think about I had the heart attack exactly 2 years on the date my brother passed. He passed April 13th, 2020. I had my heart attack 2012. Yeah, he died 2010. I had it 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
So y'all family have been through a lot of turmoil and stuff.
Yeah, because at the time when he died, my mom, shout out to my home health nurse, my grandma was staying with us. Yeah, she got her leg amputated. My mom had her, then she had my brother, because he had kidney problems. He was on dialysis. And he passed away. He passed away one Monday. My grandma passed away the next Monday.
Yeah, so y'all done seen her a lot.
Yep, and she took care of all of us.
That's the one that you talking about, the church?
No. That's her granddaughter.
Okay.
Eleanor Jarrell. It's my great grandmother.
Okay. So okay, that's a question we going to. Where was you at religious wise? Like, what was the questions you were asking God?
Well, I always believed in God and was real.
Yeah.
Grew up with a very churchful family, uncle, aunts, everything, pastor, and all that. But I wasn't doing everything perfect myself. I went to church.
But
I went to church. I believed in God. I read my Bible.
Because like we have this in the black culture. We have this saying that people throw out there. Only God only gives you more than you can, or He don't put more on you than you can handle, or you know what I'm saying. He gives the toughest battles to His strongest warriors. Like,
must be a tough one.
But how did you feel? Like,
no, I didn't.
Yeah, like,
I remember though when I went into the surgery. I couldn't say nothing or talk, and my mom just got in my ear and she said, just close your eyes and pray. She knew I couldn't. She'd get in my ear and just talk, and I really would start believing more and thinking, God here. I would do that when I just was hurt and the lady sitting right there. I couldn't talk. I couldn't ask for nothing. So I would just close my eyes and pray. And it seemed like every time I did, a machine would go off. So I really got stronger believing in faith then. But sometimes I was still questioning, like, but why this still happen to me? I ain't never did nothing wrong. Why me? Why I choose to let it happen to me? So I dealt with that a lot.
And that's like even with my story, of being incarcerated for something I didn't do. So I did have those moments where I had to find, like we said, not the God that was outside, but the God that's in me. I had to find and connect with that more so than anything else.
Yeah.
Because of that. So it is those trials and tribulations, but here it is now. We say 2012. I was just coming home. I came home February 6, 2012. This February will be 10 years that I've been home. And to see you now, like our journeys was different, but what brought us together here, meeting and like, what was your depressed moments of being?
A lot. Like when I came home, my mom had to basically do everything. I could not take a bath myself. I could not do nothing. Because also with then staying in the hospital, I had a stroke. There was a lot of other things that happened while them that stay in the hospital. It won't just in the hospital. Every day was something. Every day they'll come try to do CT scans, check my chest. I got a little better one time, went to physical therapy. But because I had not healed, the stitches bust back open. They had to take my breastbone and sternum out. Because of that, I hadn't healed. It's just my skin, and I wasn't healing a lot. And on a lot of medication.
Yeah.
When I came home, my mom went to Walmart. She had 2 Walmart bags full of medication.
Wow.
So much. You got to take certain hours. Even on dialysis, after you eat something, you got to take pills. No matter every time you eat, just to help your body. But I got adjusted to, all that stuff.
What's your favorite food?
Tacos, something I ain't supposed to have. But I still like it. You can eat things, but just got to eat in moderation.
Yeah.
Fluid restrictions, with me, it's so much I can't drink a lot because still it'll mess up my lungs. My lungs have got a lot of damage from the transplant. I can't tolerate any extra fluid. That's a lot why I keep getting flown back to the hospital. If I'm over in fluid and they can't pull it off, I can't breathe. Because it's, because of the lung damage. I got breathing machines. I always say a little nursing home at home. Got all the supplies.
So we know you're making 2 new transitions. You started working out. So what happened? Because before you came to work out, your mom was saying like, Jean, she always got fluid. You know what I'm saying? So how has the exercise?
It's making it, my leg used to stay swollen so much. That's why another reason why I couldn't walk. Then I happened to fall at dialysis. Broke my femur bone. Fell at home one time. Broke my tibial bone. So there was so much damage to that leg. That's another why it kept swelling. So I can't walk long distance. At that point, out, with all the fluid, you're out of breath. You can't. But since coming, I'm able to. I'm not short of breath so much. I can do a little longer. I'm standing. Because at one time I was walking with a cane and walker, but after all the falls, it made it, worse. So, been doing great.
So, and what did you think when the doctor told you that you wouldn't have feeling no more, like from your knee down to your foot?
I thought I won't. I still can't move my toes from the nerve damage, but the feeling after you work my leg, it hurt. I did feel that. It was pain, but I was glad to feel anything, because I hadn't been, so many years, hadn't felt anything in it. I actually sat in front of my mom's heater one day and just got burnt. Didn't even know, because I had no feeling in it. Yeah.
So those are things like what people don't understand when we're looking at like our lives, or we having woe is me. A guy told me today, he said that every time he's seen you, and if he's having a bad day, that you brighten his day.
Oh, well, that's nice.
He said that you brighten his day, that you're a beacon of sun for anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because like what you've went through, you don't let it, I guess you don't let it weigh you down at times outwardly, maybe inwardly, but outwardly,
Yeah, my mom keep me boosted up, and my sisters. I really had some depressed days, not going nowhere, because they be want to go places. You don't want to go in a wheelchair. I be like, I'm not going there. They want to go bowling. I'm a bowl. I'm in a wheelchair. But they still try to include me in
there. There's some wheelchair bowling there. That be.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
But yeah, coming from where you, like you say, your life and all that, having fun, and because like even people say we could go to Dymeka house, just the stories that it's so many people that I have come in contact with here that's been proud of you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Seeing the videos and seeing, like I told you, gotta tell your story because somebody else needs it. Your testimony, it can help somebody else, and that's why when I reached out to Ed and I told you like, with what Ed doing and the message that he's putting across, and like people need to hear these things from different angles.
Yeah. And people need to make sure if you think something wrong, get checked by doctors.
Okay, yeah, that's a health advisory.
Yeah, because after I had the chemo and the radiation, I went to all my checkups, every 10-year checkup, everything. You're in readmission. Never once did they say get your heart checked.
Wow.
And they said that that's what they thinking it from. And I was in the hospital. It was a couple of people I met that have happened to them.
Mm-hmm. They say you're an inspiration at dialysis.
Oh yeah, I like my dialysis people. I make sure I look out for them. They're nice. A lot of them is a lot older than I am. It's a lot of older people, but they real special to me.
So you still loving on people even through?
Of course, yeah. But I seen some people, was in the hospital sick, and some people there, they like real rude. I guess they're angry, they're upset.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened to them and they sick, but I never been like that towards nobody. Mm-hmm. I appreciate everything they ever done. Even the caregivers at the hospital, they was real nice. After staying there so long, when I got in nails done, hair done, I had the little nurses used to bring fingernail polish, do my nails, try to do designs. They'll do one color, another. They was real good. They looked out for me good at MCV. Yeah. Still like family. I always was their America doctor. Yeah. That's what they call me. Anything that happened, fix their head. Anything that happened wrong, they say, like, for one patient, it happened to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you took on a lot of other people's traumas by going what you went through that you can explain it. You can, like I tell people a lot of times, whatever somebody go through outside of like major surgery or injuries like that, like on life scales, I've been through a little bit of everything, so that's how I look at life. And it is like that was one question, like the question about the coma. I always have that question, like, what is so powerful that it blocks your body from moving, and whether you can't. Now I've heard people say that they don't woke up from the sound of Jerry Seinfeld, You know, what is it that's that powerful? But I'm proud of you personally because like you didn't take what people said about Strong Temple, like, oh, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just regret I should have came sooner. I think I'd be a lot further.
Yeah.
But listening to other people, and then I was like, this is my life. I want to walk. I want to do stuff. I'm tired of this wheelchair. So I started off. I was scared to come in first.
So tell me about this. Like you just told me the other day, you dropped a brush.
Yeah, I dropped a brush. Usually I call Michaela, come and get this, come pick it up. But I did. I bent over and was able to get it myself. Picked it up.
So how did you feel in that moment?
That's why I keep coming back. You push me, but you push me to what I need to do. And I felt good. That's why I be coming back, because I be so excited about the little stuff I do. Like the treadmill. I was like, oh, I'm not getting on the treadmill. No way. But I was able, after I did it, one for 3 minutes, but I was like, yeah, I ran the treadmill today. I was happy. I called everybody, all my friends, and told them.
But that's good. That's what it was about. It's the little goals that you can see and that nobody can take it away from you. You know what I'm saying? That you, whatever happens, you know that you put your all into it. You put the work in, because like I say, we have the power over our bodies, and we can sit back and do woe is me and be depressed about situations, or we can get up and do something about it. That is somebody, if you could tell somebody something out in the world that millions of people gonna see this podcast, like we shooting for millions. We want like, share, you know, subscribe. But if you could tell people, what would Dymeka say to that person that's sitting there, that's gave up, really, that ain't been in a coma. They bumped their toe. They haven't been through half of the stuff.
Just keep a little faith and just keep pushing. I mean, I knew I did more for my kids, knowing I got kids, I got grandkids. I want to be here to see them grow up, you know. I just said, don't give up, whatever you do. Because I was at the point one time I had dialysis. This not been right before I decided to come. I had dialysis. I was so sick.
My angel spoke to you?
No, I just told my kids, you know, I had pneumonia. And I did not know that. I was at dialysis, and it was like the worst day. I haven't missed a dialysis treatment since I've been on dialysis. And I do not go in there. I do not get off early. I do my 3 hours and 15 minutes, you know, because they say it helps your body. Some people, I got this to do, I got that to do, but I do my treatments. And at that time, I didn't know I had pneumonia. That was the worst treatment I ever had. I called everybody, yo, I'm not going back to dialysis no more. Y'all, they was like, no, I don't care. This is my body. Y'all, I was really fed up. I was like, y'all don't know what I go through. You know, y'all can tell me, you know, go and go, but it's y'all body. Y'all at home. I'm here doing this. I was just really sick. Then when I found out it was pneumonia and they gave me the treatment, I was all right. And I was like, I'm about to give up, stop going. My mom, I called my kids. I told them, I'm not going back. And they came down. I don't know, mama, you this and that. But really got to me was my son. And he told me, he was like, Mom, you know, I just lost my son not too long ago. Well, it was a couple of years ago, his baby. And he was like, you know, I ain't got over his death. He was like, you can't put this on me. So I was like, all right, crying and everything, I'm going to go. But, you know, people just don't know that machine is, sometimes they pull too much fluid. It makes you just feel awful. And I be so drained from it, you know. I go home, go to sleep. Once you get a couple of hours sleep, you good. Well, I am anyway. But I had a lot of people. I used to ride lifestyle with a lady, and she was just like, I'm trying to tell her, you know, not to give up, just keep coming. Well, she was like, you know, you just don't know. My body just can't take it no more. And I always think about my friend.
Yeah, what's the process of, like, we hear about dialysis, so what does dialysis do? Like, what's the whole...
You're on a machine, it runs all your blood out into a machine, clean your blood, run it back in. Like that. All the toxic waste, everything. Okay. That's what it is, just clean your body, take the fluid that from you not using the bathroom urine, it cleans that. And from when you're on dialysis, you really don't. Some people don't use the bathroom as much.
Okay.
And that's why bacteria and all that. That's what it is.
So it backs up in your system. So it's just like a whole detox for your whole system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleans your blood and all that. But I always think about my friend Trina Mason. I went to see her. She was in the hospital, and due to her heart, she had other health problems too. And I cried with her so bad. They told her, the dialysis won't help her no more. There's nothing, like with me when I had the pneumonia, blood pressure kept dropping too low. Once the blood pressure dropped, they can't pull more fluid off of you and stuff. And at that time, they told her it was nothing they can do, and she wanted to be on dialysis. That's the only thing that was keeping her going was dialysis, and it just stopped it. Told her, gave her, after certain days, all that toxic getting you in a week, you're going to die.
Oh, wow.
Because it's too much, too much toxic waste in you.
So another one of your things that you did, didn't you pick up one of your grandbabies? Okay.
Yeah. My son just had a little baby. I think he's 7 months. So I couldn't hold him. BBE baby, I still ain't got to pick her up yet. I'm going to get there. She's 25 pounds. I don't know when I'm going to get there, but I'm going to get to picking her up. So, yeah, I like that, being able to hold him and help him keep him. Yeah.
So you walking back into your life. You went in your life back. And, like, you just had your birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't cut a rug, you ain't dance yet?
Yeah, I dance in the seat.
Oh, okay. But, well, we thankful for you telling your story, the parts of it, and we just want the people to stay tuned. Stay tuned for what Dymeka's gonna do.
Great comeback.
The great comeback. That's what we're talking. The great comeback. So, we appreciate you for coming.
Yeah.
And talking to us.
Thank you for helping me, getting me there. Couldn't do it without you.
I mean, you probably could have, but I'm honored that the universe directed you to me, because you could have went to a lot of other places. A lot of people told you to come to them.
Yeah, and I already looked at another one to go to before you, but somehow it was like, I think he got more experience. He probably helped you, and they was telling me other people you could get back to walking, and I went to a kind of like visual. I saw Miss Green, and she told me,
oh yeah,
you had helped her, and she was doing, you was good, and that's when I said, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
And then I like the little basic things, like you showed me some of the stuff I could do right at home that helped me that I didn't know was a way of.
And so, like, that's the thing, because I try to make the exercises where is that I don't believe I'm going to train nobody for the rest of their life. But if I give you the power so that you could do the stuff at home, or you can do it when you're on vacation, you know what I'm saying, making the things that's simple, turning everything into an exercise. Whether it's, like you say, standing up and sitting down, pulling yourself up. I'm big on you pulling yourself up. Yeah. Standing up, standing still.
Because I was sitting in a chair all day long, just as somebody come get me. Yeah, because I couldn't get up and still, had trouble out of low things and stuff. Yeah, and then I had the physical therapists, they come out, but the training they do is just won't gonna get me where I needed to go, where I want to be.
Yeah. So, anything else? So we thank you. We happy belated birthday. Get ready for your daughter's birthday. Keep being a great mother, a great daughter, sister. Like, you got a lot of hats that you wear.
Oh, okay.
And we wear a lot of hats, and we just, like I say, we appreciate you for coming out and being part of the whole King Crawley movement, because, like, he spoke on a lot of different things, and some people may not like his podcast outright, but behind the door they like what he's saying. So we want to be able to touch every angle, and let people know that this is life. This is what some people are going through. These are the questions that you ask. Is faith, is love. That's the biggest thing, I think. And personally, I think seeing that you love a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know.
It ain't good all the time, you know. It take advantage of you, but.
So how's dating for you? Before we go, how's dating?
Oh no.
Huh?
It's a hype.
It's like what?
I'm gonna leave it like that. It's like we need some good men in the poor. I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah. I'm not dating now.
Not dating right now.
No.
So she's not dating. If you good for her, but she got 2 boys. She got a mean trainer. She got a mean daughter too.
Some big nephews.
Yeah. So when you do reach out to date her, just know. But what kind of stuff you like to do on a date?
I ain't been on no date in so long. Movies right now be basic for me.
Movies.
I got to get to walking.
Okay.
Yeah, better.
Well, I'm waiting for to take her. I'm gonna give her off to her wedding or whatever. Between me and her stepfather, her dad. You know what I'm saying? One gonna be on the other side. I'm be on the other side. Give her away at her wedding when she walks down the aisle.
Okay.
Okay.
We're still living. Okay. It's many years from now.
Well,
All right.
I guess that's all for now, fellas. Hey, stay tuned. More to come.